The following video was captured by a woman about 3 years ago, back in 2022. She was walking around her house after hearing strange noises coming from downstairs, and at the time she thought nothing of it. It wasn't until recently, when she was transferring old files from her phone to her new laptop, that she stumbled on this clip again and noticed something she had completely missed the first time. Watch this. Aside from the tapping sounds and low groans, which were the main reason she started filming, there's something else. If you look closely near the stairs, you'll see a shadow figure moving, and you can even hear faint footsteps that seem to match. At first, she thought maybe it was an intruder, but that theory quickly fell apart when she remembered the other strange things that had been happening in that house. Doors creaking open, and a constant smell of burnt wood that would appear out of nowhere. Some say it could be the spirit of the house's original owner still pacing the halls. Others think it's something far darker, a shadow entity feeding off her fear, revealing itself only when she's alone. So what do you think? Was it the house remembering its past? Or something that never left at all? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, a woman named Gabby who shared this next video had twins, 2 beautiful girls, but sadly, one of them passed away shortly after birth. Ever since then, strange things have been happening in her home, and lately, they've been centered around her surviving daughter, Regina. The part that worries her most is how everything becomes more intense and unignorable around the twins' birthday, as if something's trying to make its presence known. Watch this.
Se acerca su cumpleaños y me siento muy nostálgica. Contexto: Regina es gemela, y yo siempre quise creer que era su hermanita que de alguna manera venía a jugar con ella. Me dicen tantas cosas que no sé qué creer y qué no.
Ven para acá, vente. Vámonos. Vente, vamos a ver la tele con las niñas. Vamos a ver.
No la dejamos jugar en el pasillo, pero literalmente ella jugaba y perseguía a alguien.
Salgas. Ven, Regi, vente para acá, mi amor.
Termino enojada porque no la dejé estar ahí.
What do you even do when your child starts behaving like this? Talking to thin air, giggling at empty corners, and getting visibly angry when you try to tell her to stop playing with someone who isn't there. Some people might say it's normal for children to have imaginary friends, but Gabby says it doesn't feel like imagination. There's something about the way Regina's tone changes, or how her eyes seem to follow something moving across the room, something invisible to everyone else. At first, Gabby believed that maybe her daughter was communicating with her twin, the one she lost. It even brought her some comfort, but that changed quickly when people online started warning her that this might not be the case at all, that what she thought was a comforting presence could be something dangerous. And it wasn't long before Gabby saw something that made her believe them. Watch this.
Cuando estaba grabando, no me di cuenta de las veces que Regina me apuntaba al closet.
Ya vamos a dormirnos, ¿ok? Dame el cepillo. Dame el cepillo, ya.
Y justo cuando vuelve a apuntar, sin voltear a ver, pasó esto.
Vamos a mimir, mi amor. Pásate a tu camita, mi vida. Señora, Ya nos vamos a dormir, ¿eh? ¿Dónde te vas a dormir?
Y seguía diciendo,
No, qué máquina. No. ¿Dónde te vas a dormir? Mira, tu camita están de Oki los monos. Ay, Regina.
quienes nos siguen saben que ella desde que tenía meses de nacida ve a alguien.
Señora, ya nos vamos a dormir, ¿eh? ¿Dónde te vas a dormir?
¿Cómo que no?
No, qué máquina.
After this video, everything suddenly started making sense. Regina had always been pointing at the closet, whispering to it, waving, even bringing toys there and talking like someone was playing with her. For the longest time, Gabby thought it was innocent, maybe even a spiritual connection between twins. But after what she saw in that clip, she started putting the pieces together, wondering if whatever was in their house had found a way to reach her daughter, using the face of someone she loved. Now, Gabby's sure this isn't her late child, but one of her videos went viral because viewers claimed she was the one walking past the hallway, not a spirit, but Gabby quickly cleared that up with another recording. Take a look.
Por el tamaño también sé que no son mis hijas. Cuando voy a grabar la máquina que limpia me muevo hacia adelante.
And if you watch closely, you'll notice Regina's face. The confusion, the fear, that's not a child pretending, that's genuine terror. Someone or something else is in that house, but what's even stranger is how it behaves. Watch.
Por estar viendo a Regina a través del teléfono no veo en el momento lo que pasa.
Lávate la boca, mi amor. Wow. A ver, mami. Wow, let me see. Lávate la boca, mi amor. Wow.
It never attacks, it never speaks, it just moves quietly, and for some reason only interacts with Regina. It might be that the spirit is trying to earn her trust, appearing harmless before revealing its true intentions, or the house holds something older, something that attaches itself, and right now, Regina is its focus. But I'll leave this for you to be the judge. Is it a guardian in disguise, or a parasite waiting to feed? You decide. Now, in this next clip, a man named Michael claims there's a ghost at his workplace, one that seems to have taken a special interest in messing with him. Take a look. If it was just a one-off situation, maybe he would have brushed it off. But this wasn't the first time something strange had happened around him. He says it started weeks before this video was recorded, but the most chilling part for Michael happened in the conference room. He was setting up for a meeting when he heard a woman humming faintly, the same tune his late coworker used to hum every morning. He thought maybe someone was outside until he realized the sound was coming from the speaker system that wasn't even powered on. At this point, Michael's convinced whatever's in that building has attached itself to him specifically. Some say it's the spirit of that same coworker trying to reach out. Others believe the office itself might be built on something that doesn't want to be disturbed. Whatever it is, this haunting doesn't seem ready to stop anytime soon. Until we get more updates on the situation, this remains unsolved. This next clip is about another mother, Haley, whose son keeps waking up in the middle of the night absolutely terrified, and it's starting to break her. She says it's been happening for months now. Some nights he wakes up screaming, other nights he just sits up in bed shaking, pointing at something she can't see. She's tried everything a mother could think of. Night lights, soft music, even sleeping beside him, but nothing seems to work. She's even spoken to doctors who suggested it might be night terrors, but Haley says what she's seen doesn't look anything like that. Watch this.
What is it? Maybe there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
My nail.
Seeing a child that's scared in the middle of the night for no reason at all, that would break anyone's heart. She says she's now afraid to sleep, worried she'll wake up to his cries again. Some people online believe children are more sensitive to things adults can't perceive, that maybe her son is seeing something she's not meant to see. Others think it could be a lingering energy in the house, possibly connected to the property's history, or even an attachment to an old object in his room. A few have pointed out that the boy's reactions seem to focus on the same corner every time, which, to some, is a sign it's not just imagination. But skeptics insist it's stress, or maybe a recurring sleep disorder that's gotten worse with time. Either way, Haley's at her breaking point, and no one seems to have an answer. So what exactly do you think is going on here? Now, in this next clip, Ian, the popular Midwest ghost hunter, was still at the old Berlin tannery factory, searching for answers when he entered the one place he still regrets till today. Watch this.
Oh, this looks like a freaky maze. Do I dare go in here? Yeah, screw it. Why not? Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, that thunder. It almost sounded like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the f? Dude, the f***ing strobe lights are on. Get me out of here, get me out of here. I can't f***ing see. Dude, what the hell was that about? Those freaking things just came on by themselves. Who just turned those lights on? Oh my god, I about fainted when that freaking happened. I wonder if maybe they're motion censored. Maybe they just detected my motion and turned on. Oh god, I don't want to go back in there, but gotta test it out. Oh, my goodness, it's getting tangled. Oh, the lights aren't going off. What the hell? What's going on? These things should be going off. Look, I'm already on the other side now. Oh man, oh. Yeah, like I'm moving all around in here. And there's nothing. They aren't going off. If you're still in here, could you trigger the lights?
Built in 1853, the Berlin tannery has undergone several name changes and even survived a massive fire in 1923 before finally closing its doors in 1987. Since then, it's remained abandoned, except for the stories that never quite went away. Locals say the factory was never truly empty, that some of the workers who perished in the fire were never accounted for. Others claim the basement tunnels were used for something darker, a place where experiments and rituals took place long after operations officially stopped. As Ian moved deeper into the maze-like corridors, the atmosphere thickened, but he tried to stay calm, convinced whatever was happening had an explanation. But that changed when he saw this.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I just saw a fucking face. There's just a face in there. Oh, there's someone in here with me. I need to get the hell out of here. Oh shit! I don't even know where I am. Oh god! Oh god! Oh my god! Dude, there was someone in there. I fucking saw a face looking right at me in there. Show yourself. Peek out from one of the tassels. It was like over on this side. I'm pretty sure. There's no one. There's no one. I'm not going back in there. No way. I about got lost and never came back. Jesus. Whoever's in there, they're the ones that did it. That's what I'm certain of. That just tells you right there that that wasn't me that triggered it. I thought maybe it was me, maybe it was a motion sensor, but it should have went off because I was going crazy in there. I was like getting tangled up. Holy shit. That was terrifying.
Did Ian see the spirit of one of those workers who never made it out? Or could this be connected to the rumors about a watcher, the figure said to appear to anyone who stays in the tannery too long? The experience left Ian completely shaken, questioning everything he believed about the place. Whatever or whoever was inside that maze had unsettled him in ways he still can't explain. For more haunting videos, including Ian, subscribe to the channel. The following clip is about KC, a guy well known for reporting conspiracies about UFOs. But lately, something strange has been happening to him, and now he's starting to wonder if it could be what's called the hitchhiker effect. For those who don't know, the hitchhiker effect is a bizarre phenomenon often linked to UFO encounters or research. The idea is that once you interact with something unknown, it follows you home, and suddenly, strange sounds, figures, or even objects begin to appear around you, almost as if you've been marked. For Casey, it started small. He'd notice objects in his home suddenly appearing in odd places, things he swore he never moved. Then came the nights where he'd hear a high-pitched buzzing or frequency, almost like tinnitus but sharper, and it would change direction each time he tried to follow it. At first, he brushed it off as maybe stress or even some kind of tech interference, but as time went on, the disturbances grew harder to ignore. Then, on the 10th of August, Casey captured this. Watch.
Okay, something really, really weird happened a few minutes ago, and it's insane. I don't know if my apartment is haunted or what. Y'all tell me.
This thing is vibrating, and I don't know why. Can you hear it? It was vibrating really loud, so I got up and moved it because I was trying to figure out what was happening. And now it's doing it again, but just not as hard. Hear it? Now what's this? It stopped. It stopped. I touched it, it stopped. Let's start again. Come on.
What is going on? Is my house haunted?
Now, could this really be the hitchhiker effect like he suspects? Or, considering all the other unexplained things happening in his home, is it possible his house itself is haunted and the UFO angle is just a coincidence? Like always, I'll let you decide. This next clip was captured by a man who lives a simple life in Mexico, but now he's scared that his simple life is starting to look far too complicated. Unlike most paranormal stories he has heard of, which tend to happen late at night, his own experiences seem to happen at any hour, both day and night. On the 3rd of February 2024, he was simply trying to take an afternoon nap when this happened.
Estoy tratando de dormir, pero acabo de escuchar un golpe duro por allá en la sala, entonces decidí grabar porque hace días que se viene presentando cosas extrañas en el apartamento. Son las 4:13 minutos de la tarde, entonces me parece muy extraño que hasta ahora están sucediendo como cosas raras. Entonces, comedor. Miren, es en el comedor. Tengo las ventanas cerradas, miren. No. Esto viene sucediendo hace como una semana ya. Pues la verdad se me hace muy extraño. Se me hace muy extraño que esté pasando cosas así. No lo puedo creer. No lo puedo creer, miren. ¿Qué está pasando?
Now, if that's what he's dealing with in broad daylight, imagine what happens when the sun goes down. He claims that at night, he often hears heavy footsteps pacing just outside his bedroom door, sometimes followed by faint whispers, like someone speaking in a language he can't understand. On several occasions, he's woken up to the sound of objects moving in his kitchen, only to find chairs pulled away from the table, or cupboards wide open by morning. Sometimes it's a knock at his door, but when he opens it, no one's there. On one occasion, he swears he heard whispering right by his ear, but he was completely alone in the room. So, what exactly is going on? Some believe he may be dealing with a restless spirit that simply doesn't care what time of day it is. Others think it's not a ghost, but maybe something tied to the land itself. Do you think it's any of this or something else entirely? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. There are several technologies out there now that people use to see if there's a ghost in their house. And while some of them are said to be credible, many others have been called out as fake, nothing close to authentic. In this next video, you might have to be the judge on whether this particular ghost tech is the real deal. The man in this clip has been hearing strange noises in his home, and you know how simply hearing things can become traumatic. When you're constantly startled by footsteps in an empty hallway, whispers in a silent room, or doors that creak open when no one's near them, it can mess with your mind. Every creak feels like a threat. Every whisper feels personal. And before long, you start dreading the silence because you know it's only a matter of time before it breaks again. According to him, the activity had been escalating. Doors closing when no one was nearby, objects left in one room suddenly appearing in another, and even the faint sound of someone breathing right behind him when he was alone. One weekend, while scrolling through his phone, he came across something unusual, an AI ghost detector. The app claimed it could scan your environment and reveal the image of anything hiding in your house. Skeptical but desperate for answers, he decided to give it a try. Have a look.
Alright, I'm terrified. Is that noise, bro?
So then I decided to try the ghost AI. You'll never believe what happens next.
Now, the part where he talks about dealing with stuff is quite believable, especially considering his past experiences. But the real question is, can this technology be trusted, or is it just another gimmick that preys on people's fears? Until we get more reviews and more evidence from others trying AI ghost detectors, this one remains unsolved. In the following video, a woman named Arya shares a very unsettling experience. Watch this.
Okay.
Now, if you're wondering what she was running from or who was chasing her, wait until you see what the security camera captured after that.
Y'all, so here's video of that girl that posted, and I'm gonna let y'all know now, it gets really weird. It's like she acting like she's running from something or hiding from something, but there's literally nobody else in the frame. Like she tweaking.
Yeah, it is weird.
And the elevator door is not even closing. Like she playing hide and seek or something. But look, this ain't even the craziest thing. Like now the elevator, look, the elevator door is closed. This ain't even the craziest thing about this video though. I got like more video to show y'all, and it just gets super weird. So y'all just stay tuned.
There are a few deeply disturbing details here. First, the way she was covering her eyes, almost like she didn't want to see something, makes it feel as though she was seeing something nobody else could. Second, notice how the elevator doors refused to close, as if someone was standing right in front of it, but the moment she finally left, the doors suddenly closed on their own, almost confirming that something unseen was actually standing there with her. But the creepiest part comes next. Watch this.
Alright y'all, so I went back and was looking at the video of that girl from the other day, right? Because I'm thinking maybe somebody must be following her because I found that thing in the bathroom. Like, you know, it makes sense that somebody's probably following her. Because not just any person is going to have that tool. I mean, that tool is for getting inside of rooms. So just keep watching the screen right here, man. I saw something that just... Because I'm thinking somebody's following her.
Watch, let me fast forward. Watch this.
Watch. That's just the housekeeper down there.
See?
Right there. Right there.
I don't know what that was.
This is crazy. How do y'all explain that? Somebody explain that to me. And y'all think that's crazy? Watch, keep watching like right by that door right there, by that table. Keep watching right over by there. Whole time I'm thinking somebody following her. So we trying to go over the film and just keep watching. Look. My hand is shaking. Right there.
What is that?
What the heck? Bro, that's a rock from that table right there. Those are stones and those in bowls right there by that table. And that one of them stones just fell on the floor.
And there's no way that should happen because there's no wind in there.
Wind ain't even gonna do that though. This is crazy, yo.
I don't know.
Somebody explain this to me. Please somebody explain to me what the hell that just was.
T, the shadow in the footage only confirmed what most people feared. Something or someone was definitely chasing her. And the moment this clip surfaced, viewers immediately drew comparisons to one of the most infamous cases of all time, Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel. Just like Aria, Elisa was also seen running out of her room and behaving erratically inside an elevator, pressing multiple buttons at once, hiding in the corner as if avoiding someone, even making strange gestures with her hands. And not long after, her body was discovered in the hotel's rooftop water tank, with her clothes and belongings floating beside her. So naturally, people feared history was repeating itself here, and what they later discovered in Aria's room didn't help the situation. Watch this.
It's like all my stuff is just left here. Crazy.
You said what?
Don't get me on camera.
No, this is ridiculous. What the heck is this doing in here?
Yo, hold on, y'all. Why the this in here? Hold this. Yo, y'all. This is crazy.
Oh my God. What?
At least you got some stuff you can take home.
The condition of the room and the strange things they found inside only raised more questions. Things scattered in ways that didn't make sense, objects left in disturbing positions, and details that hinted she might not have been alone. But what makes this even stranger is what happened later that night, in the same hotel. Watch this.
Keep in mind there's no construction going on. Nothing. But there's always some type of banging or clattering going on.
This clip made many believe the hotel itself could be the real problem. Some even claim this is still the Cecil Hotel, only rebranded under a different name, with the same eerie elevator still operating in its halls. And as speculation spread, another clip was released, this time not just video, but audio. Listen closely. The audio is very unsettling, and at some point it sounds like voices, dozens of them, all talking at once. But whatever it is, until a clearer version surfaces, all of this remains one big mystery. This next clip is about an apartment complex in Houston, Texas, where residents have been complaining about strange sightings and happenings, not just inside their homes, but also around the complex itself. For months now, residents have been reporting unusual activity, doors slamming shut without warning, strange shadows moving across their walls at night, and even whispers echoing in hallways when no one is around. One day, a lady and her friend were discussing the strange things they'd seen in their own apartments, comparing notes about the odd knocks, the disembodied voices, and even shadows that dart across the walls when they're alone. They just so happened to be having this conversation near the spot where one of the old guards was stationed. Curious, he decided to speak up, and not only did he confirm what they were saying, he went further, pulling out footage he had captured himself that, in his words, proved the complex is definitely not normal. Watch this.
I've been told there's ghosts over here. I don't believe it. But somehow this door just came open by itself. And I go to look, and look. It's a damn broom standing out there by itself. I think I'm gonna leave that door open. I ain't going nowhere near that.
According to multiple residents, this very spot in the video has always been considered one of the most paranormal corners of the property. Doors have been seen opening on their own time and time again, but in this clip, something else makes it far worse. The broom, standing upright completely on its own, as though some invisible hand carefully placed it there. Now, people have a lot of theories about what that actually means. Some believe a broom standing without support is a sign of residual spiritual energy, almost like the ground itself is charged. Others say it's a symbol in witchcraft, where a broom can act as a marker between realms, left in place to keep spirits in or out of a space. A few even think it could be a darker sign connected to rituals, with the broom acting as an invitation for entities to pass through. And then there's the more skeptical side. People who argue it's nothing more than balance, like the viral broom challenge, where people discovered that brooms could sometimes stand upright due to gravity. But when you pair it with the constant reports of doors opening on their own and other unexplained events inside the complex, the broom feels like it means something more. So whether you see this as proof of the paranormal, a sinister ritual left behind, or just a very strange coincidence, one thing is clear. This apartment complex continues to leave its residents with more questions than answers. In the following clip, a man is closing from work when things switch from ordinary to downright creepy. Have a look.
Okay, so I'm here at work. Bro, I'm telling you, you heard that, right? I'm closing. And I'm like hearing stuff, bro. I'm like closing right now, and I'm hearing, bruh, come on, man. Nobody's in here. I'm literally closing. Yo. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's been like really active here lately. Just wanted to show you guys.
He believes he's dealing with a mimic spirit. And this isn't the first strange thing he's noticed. A few nights before this, he heard someone calling his name from the hallway when he was completely alone in the building. Another time, the office printer started running by itself after midnight, spitting out blank pages one after another. And sometimes he'd hear footsteps behind him, slow, steady, only to turn around and find no one there. It's like something there likes pretending to be people, copying their voices, footsteps, and movements, almost as if it's trying to blend in. Some say it's an echo from another time, the energy of those who once worked there replaying itself like a loop. Others think it's nothing supernatural at all, just the old building settling and playing tricks on the mind. But whatever it is, he's convinced Something's in there with him, and now he's hoping to capture more evidence on camera, but until he posts an update, this one remains unsolved. In this next video, a man wakes up around 3 in the morning, only to find himself dealing with the same unexplainable thing that's been happening for nights now. Watch this.
Итак, время 2:30. Ночи, ясно, понятно. Какая-то хуйня долбит мне в окно. Но только там, блядь, никого нету. Не знаю, отсюда видно, не видно. Никого нет. Жутко, что пиздец нахуй. Все, блядь, я под одеяло.
The sound seems to be coming from the window, like someone is standing right outside, gently knocking to get in. But when he checks, there's no one there. No footsteps, no shadows, nothing. He's ruled out the wind, because on some nights, it's completely still outside. He's ruled out tree branches, because there are no trees near that side of the house. And even animals don't make sense, because the sound is too rhythmic, too human, almost like someone's deliberately trying to get his attention. So he keeps recording, hoping to catch something that would explain it. But every new recording turns out more terrifying than the last. Have a look.
Пожалуйста. Очередная долбежка в окно. Продолжается месяца 3. Примерно каждые 2 недели.
It's not just knocking anymore, the window literally starts to vibrate, like something is pressing against it from the other side. You can hear the faint rattle of the frame, and it's enough to shake anyone's nerves. He says it feels like whoever, or whatever, is out there is growing impatient. He's even checked with his neighbors, asking if maybe they were up at odd hours doing repairs or hammering something that could cause vibrations. Some even suggested maybe it was plumbing work or heavy movement in the pipes behind the wall. But when he asked around, every single neighbor said the same thing. And the worst thing was that they didn't hear anything. No noise, no vibrations, nothing. That's when things started getting really strange, because if they couldn't hear it, then whatever or whoever was causing all these was after him. He decided to leave the house for a while just to see if the activity would continue while he was away. But before leaving, he set up a small camera in his room facing the window, and when he checked the footage later that night, this is what he saw. Now, it's no longer the window he has to worry about, it's the wardrobe. When he returned home, his whole apartment was a mess, and the wardrobe was closed like nothing had happened. He decided to clear everything out, but that wasn't even close to the solution he needed. Watch this.
Время 2:30 ночи. А мы только начинаем веселиться. Проснулся от стука из шкафа. А это одна сторона, левая дверца, слегка приоткрывается и стучит. Не знаю, видно, не видно.
Some say it's just airflow or pressure changes in old houses that can make doors move, but others think whatever was outside the window that night may have finally made its way in, and now it's decided to stay. He's still recording, hoping to catch more clues, but so far, all it's done is raise more questions. So what do you think? Is it something that can be explained, or did something actually cross over? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, this next clip touches on something both paranormal believers and skeptics can never seem to agree on: whether children can actually see things that adults can't. Some people say kids are just more open and sensitive to the unseen because they haven't learned to block it out yet. Others believe it's all imagination, that children create invisible friends and figures to cope, play, or express emotions they can't explain. And honestly, both sides have their points, which is probably why this debate never really ends. But the woman in this next clip would definitely disagree with the skeptics. According to her, what she witnessed was far from imaginary. Have a look.
大きいお姉ちゃん？
ね、今、お姉ちゃんがいないのって言ってるわ。パパもパパも。ね、お姉ちゃんなんで泣いてんの？ね、こっちクマさんなのになんで泣いてんの？パパが来てるの？ね、パパもこっちはね、泣いてないの？なんで泣いてるの？
いいお姉ちゃん怖い。
お姉ちゃんに
いい、もういい。お姉ちゃん怖いから。
お姉ちゃん怖くないって。
ほら。
お姉ちゃん怖くないの。お姉ちゃん怖くないから。怖くないよ、お姉ちゃんは。
オッケー。
お姉ちゃん、こっち来たよ。
いいよ、ちゃちゃこっちおいで。おいで。
お姉ちゃん来たから怖くないの。
ちゃちゃ来て。
Her little girl was absolutely convinced that her big sister was there, and when no one believed her, you can see how frustrated she became. Like, she couldn't understand why they couldn't see what she was seeing. What makes it even more unsettling is that the family actually lost their older daughter not too long ago. They've always brushed off the younger one's conversations, her laughter, her moments of play with someone they couldn't see. But now, after what happened on this day, they're not so sure anymore. They say they feel both comforted and terrified, comforted by the thought that their little girl's sister might still be close, but scared that whatever's in that house might not really be her. Now, they're looking for answers, how to find out what exactly is there, and how to make it stop if it isn't who they hope it is. But could this really be her sister's spirit, or something pretending to be? You decide. You might remember Dustin from some of our previous videos, the guy who seems to have something following him no matter where he goes. He's had so many strange experiences that people are starting to think something might actually be attached to him. Well, this time it happened again. He had just gotten home and was about to step out of his car when this happened.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here watching Scooby-Doo, you know. It has been storming on and off all night. You can see there is nothing standing over here, right? But look. What the? Like, this is me. Like, the satellite went out because of the storms. So it wasn't working on the TV anyways. And like, but there's nothing there. And like, I turned.
Now, if you listen closely, right after he starts wondering if the owl sounds he's hearing are even real, there's a faint whisper that says, "Get out." A lot of people in the comments caught it too, and that's when the theories started flying again. Some think it's connected to whatever's been haunting him all along, while others say it could be a spirit trying to warn him. But the truth is, no one, not even Dustin himself, has been able to figure out what's really going on or why these encounters keep happening to him specifically. And until he finally gets some answers, these moments just keep getting creepier. In this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian is at it again, but this time, his curiosity leads him straight into one of the creepiest places he's ever explored, the old Berlin tannery factory. Locals say the factory is haunted by a little ghost girl named Megan, often seen darting through the dark corridors at night. But that's not even the worst part. The most unsettling story tied to this place is about a spirit they call the Toucher. Visitors claim it scratches, grabs, or even brushes against them when they're alone, and Ian was about to experience that firsthand. When he arrived at the factory, he made his way down into the basement, and at first, everything seemed fine, until this happened.
Whoa. Oh my god. I heard a noise over there, and of course, it's gotta be nearby all the scary mannequins. Oh god. Looks like a congregation over there. Like a cult gathering. Did someone just make a noise over here? I swear to God, I just heard you. Man, if one of these frickin' things moves, I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh wow, they even got Wizard of Oz theme over there. If there's anyone over here, could you? What the hell was that? It sounded like something moved over here.
Something about those mannequins didn't feel right, and it wasn't just the way they looked. Ian said he could feel something in the room with him, and just when he started convincing himself it was all in his head, what he feared most actually happened. Watch this.
No. Oh. Dude! That thing just freaking started rocking! Oh, no. Are you freaking serious? It had to be like one of the freakiest looking ones, too. It looks freaking demented. Oh, God. One of the ones back there moved. I freaking just heard that. Are these mannequins possessed? She just moved. She more than moved. She slid forward.
This is easily one of the freakiest things he's ever captured, and judging by his reaction, even Ian knew he wasn't alone down there. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip comes from a woman named Amy who's been sharing her real-life experiences online, mainly to find out if her housemate is truly seeing spirits, or if there's another explanation. Her posts have always drawn a lot of curiosity, but this latest one has taken the debate to a whole new level.
That the post that I made yesterday on TikTok asking you guys for help to figure out if my housemate sees spirits or if she's just mentally unwell has gained a lot of traction. None of us are able to agree in the comments whether we think she's mentally unwell or if we think that there are spirits. Most of you guys are saying that it's spirits. So I thought I would answer some of the most commonly asked questions in my comment section because I need to know if I should be worried about my housemate or if I should be worried about my house. Also, this is the wrong time to be doing this because I am home alone. Okay, the guy that I'm seeing is coming in literally 10 minutes, so I have to hurry up while I answer. But the first question was, how old is your house? So I actually did look into this when Karen mentioned Amelia on the stairs. So when I looked up, the house is only 25 years old. It was built in 2010. The only thing I could find about it is the owners who built it only lived in the house for 1 year and then they sold it. That's the only information I have about it. So if Amelia is attached to the steps, then she must have been from that time period. So I did wonder if there was something that happened in that year that made them sell it, or if it was just an investment property. The second question that I wanted to address is, do you have any secondhand items, because spirits can attach themselves to energy on furniture items that belong to other people. This is gonna trip a lot of you guys out who said that you could see something in my TV yesterday, but the only thing in this room that is secondhand is my TV. Checking to see if there's spaces today. I don't see anything. I'll show you my bed. That's my bed. Excuse my drink on the side of my bedside table. Anyway, none of the furniture in my house besides my TV is secondhand. This one was a big one, but a lot of people ask me, has activity continued since Karen disappeared? Yes, it has, but it's not as intense or scary as it used to be. So still every single night from 11 o'clock, I could clock it and I could do it tonight. Especially the night that I posted the video, my very first video, my stairs were going crazy. I'll actually insert a video now of what I recorded. Yep, I told you it was bad. It never happens during the day. It only ever happens at night, and it usually happens, I mean, it's happened as early as 9 o'clock, but never any earlier than that. So here's another thing that still happens, but not as frequently since Karen left. The light just above the staircase, on the way down. So this just happened. Anyway. Okay, so you know what, I'm gonna I'll make a part 2, but I think I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I'll be back. Okay, he's here now, so I'm gonna tell him. When I was waiting for you to arrive, right, like 10 minutes ago, what's that thing called on the wall? The aircon remote, yes. It just ripped off and fell onto the floor. I don't know.
It fell off?
Yeah, it just fell off. It was on the ground. I got a video of it.
How did it fall off though?
I don't know, I was sitting in the chair. I was sitting right here.
How? Show me the video.
Okay.
What she reveals and what appears in the final moments of this footage has viewers convinced there's something seriously wrong with the property. Some even suggest it could be tied to the land's history, possibly built over old burial grounds or connected to her housemate. But here's the terrifying part. Her housemate has already moved out, and yet the activity hasn't stopped. So whatever's in that house, it's not tied to one person, and unless she finds a solution soon, it's hard to say what might happen next. Now, in this next clip, a Christian creator is in the middle of recording a short sermon about embracing your worth, when something completely unexpected interrupts him. Watch this.
Them insecurities that are manifesting in your desire to sound intelligent. Those insecurities that are manifesting in a way that are influencing you to appear as if you know more, or that individual, that brother whose insecurities are driving him to buy this, that, and the third, and buy chains and flashy on Instagram and flashy on social media, and become a social spectacle for real. God sees you. The crowd don't see you. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all ain't see it, but did you hear it? Ain't nothing over there. Ain't nothing over there. That's the type of stuff that happens when you get to talking what God wants you to talk. God sees y'all, man. God sees y'all. He sees you. He hears you. He hears what your heart is saying. And this is coming from an individual who was so far gone just 2-3 months ago. I would January, February, March, April, May, I was gone. He heard me. I just pray in the name of Jesus Christ that he opens your eyes, that he opens your heart, that he softens your heart, that he opens your ears and gives you the ability to hear him when he calls you. To silence the enemy in the name of Jesus. And allows you to hear him. You are intelligent, brother. You super intelligent. God gave you that though. Those thoughts that you're having that are so anti-Christ are not from God. And I pray in the name of Jesus that he will silence the enemy and allow you to think for yourself for a second, because you are intelligent and you see the truth.
He believes this is more than coincidence and more like a spiritual warfare, because the devil always tries to distract him with strange occurrences to unsettle him or make him lose focus. And according to him, it's not random. These disturbances never happen during casual moments, only when he's preaching. Sometimes it's a sudden, unexplainable noise behind the camera. Other times, it's objects shifting on their own, or shadows moving where there shouldn't be any, and even unexplained knocks at the door whenever he begins preaching. To him, these interruptions are proof that something doesn't want his message to be heard, yet he says fear is exactly the reaction they want, and the moment you give in, you've already lost the battle. But could this really be spiritual warfare targeting him personally, or is it just a series of strange coincidences happening at the worst possible time? You decide. This next clip is about Sabia, a mother living in the Netherlands who says she hasn't had a single night of uninterrupted sleep since moving into her new home. At first, she tried to ignore it, but now it's becoming impossible, so he has decided to start documenting everything, hoping to gather enough evidence to prove that something else might be living in her house. One night, a strange noise woke her. Unable to fall back asleep, she decided to stay up, watch a movie, and hope she'd sleep. But midway through, she heard another sound, one that didn't come from the TV, so she grabbed her camera and stood up to investigate. This is what she captured. Watch.
Keukenlicht is uitgegaan. Ik voel me ook meteen niet chill. Vorige keer was daar ik wil schaduw, iets. Die keuken. Nou, hier hebben we dat gekke dingetje. Wat is dit, joh? Het gordijn. Dicht. Jeetje. Wat is dit, joh? Dat is mijn schaduw. Dat gordijn, jeetje. Dicht. Jezus. Wat is dat, ja? Wat was dat? Sinaasappelsap of citroensap? Jeetje. Echt.
The first thing viewers noticed was how each disturbance happened separately, never at the same time. Some might suspect a draft, but it wasn't windy or rainy that night, and when Sabia approached the door, she couldn't feel even the slightest breeze. Still, the curtain moved as if something was standing behind it. Nothing in this house has ever made logical sense to Sabia, and now she's hoping someone out there can explain it. So, do you think this is just a coincidence, or did Sabia actually capture something paranormal?
So remember, if you're calling out the spirits, you may not always get the spirit that you want. Sometimes you're going to get somebody that you don't want. Like here. Listen good, he's going to say, "So what?" at the end.
You'll notice a faint glowing orb, only this one isn't white, blue, or transparent like most orb sightings. It's pink, and that's what has viewers debating. Some believe pink orbs are a sign of a gentle, protective spirit, often associated with love, compassion, or even the presence of a deceased family member. Others think the color could be tied to energy frequency, meaning whatever this is might not be entirely human at all. Of course, skeptics argue it could be dust reflecting light or a lens flare from Steve's camera, though the way it moves has them second guessing. But whether you see it as spiritual, spectral, or simply a camera trick, one thing is clear. Pink orbs aren't exactly common, and this one has left plenty of people wondering who or what was in the room with Steve. This too, like other videos, remains unresolved. Now, this next clip is about Kyla, a woman who claims she's been able to see and speak to spirits since she was 3 years old. Of course, whenever she says this, most people are skeptical, and by now she's heard every joke, every dismissive comment, and she's used to it. One weekend, while visiting her parents, she casually brought it up again, mentioning how hard it is for people to believe her. That's when her mom quietly left the room and returned with something unexpected: Kyla's old laptop. She opened it, and what she showed her daughter stunned even Kyla herself.
There's an apple! Look, an apple! Don't come in here, okay? Stay in there. Stay in there in the library. Don't come in here, okay? I won't read you anymore. I'm not gonna get.
Who you talking to?
I don't like that.
Who you talking to?
I don't want to. No.
Huh?
I don't like that one.
Well, who? You don't like who? What, baby? Like what?
What chilled viewers most was when Kyla suddenly began to cry, and according to her mom, it escalated into a full-blown sobbing that she couldn't even finish her meal. Also, according to Kyla's mom, this wasn't the first time either. It happened frequently, but it stopped when Kyla was around 12 years old. By that time, her parents assumed she'd simply grown out of it. But now they believe she never stopped seeing spirits. She just stopped talking about it. Kyla has no memory of what she saw that day, so till now, it remains a mystery. In this next clip, a couple is watching a horror movie about spirits, possessions, and exorcisms, when something truly unsettling happens.
And of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, by this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
It's not even scary.
It is scary.
Stop.
You servant pity. You killed your mother.
You killed your mother. You killed your mother. You killed.
Now, imagine watching a movie about demons, and suddenly the atmosphere in your own living room starts to change. That's exactly what happened here. But here's where it gets stranger. After posting the clip, some viewers recognized the exact film they were watching, and claimed they'd experienced similar disturbances while watching it. From odd noises in empty rooms to objects shifting on their own, several people swore the movie seemed to carry something with it. This sparked a heated debate. Could certain films actually open a door, attracting unwanted energy into your space? Or was it simply coincidence paired with heightened fear, making people more aware of their surroundings? No one knows if the activity in this couple's home stopped after that night because they never posted any follow-ups. So, for now, this strange case remains unresolved. If you look closely, you'll see it shift unnaturally, twice, before finally sliding completely off the table. And here's where it gets even more unsettling. For weeks before this moment, they'd been getting odd notifications from their home security app, alerts about movement in the house, only for the footage to show nothing. Then there was the night he found his smaller black dog standing in the basement, locked in place, staring into an empty corner and growling for minutes around midnight. He and his wife have compiled every unsettling clip and sent them to a ghost hunter, who's currently reviewing the footage. Whether this is something explainable or the start of something much darker, we'll have to wait and see. Now, in this next clip, Sandra and her husband are enjoying a quiet weekend with their dog when they capture something they can't explain. Watch.
Like, why? Yeah, by itself again. Like, this is getting weird.
Is it grinding the edge?
Yes! That is what I'm saying, what the hell?
Turn it off.
I did. Right.
Actually, turn it off. Underneath, turn it off.
And it's button, like, it's a button thing, so, like, it should not turn on unless someone presses the button. And I'm the one in front of it. So there's no reason. And if it's mom doing it, Brad, it's right when I said mom.
I know. Hit it again, turn it off.
Mom, is that you doing that? I'm not making this up.
I know you're not making this up. I'm watching it. I'm seeing it right here. I just got chill when that happened.
Now, just for context, strange things have been happening ever since Sandra's mother passed away in a rehab hospital, but she's made peace with everything happening, believing it's her mother trying to communicate. Her husband, on the other hand, isn't so sure, and after seeing this, it's easy to understand why. Her mother passed on February 25th, just 3 hours after Sandra had left her side and told her she could go. Now Sandra thinks her mom may have left this world still worried about her, but her husband isn't convinced. One evening, they were both sitting in the parlor when they saw a shadow moving around the room despite everyone being seated. The fact is, any shadow in that room should have been still since no one was moving, yet this one walked. That moment changed everything for her husband, and now he thinks it's something else entirely, something using Sandra's grief as an open door. But what do you think? Is it a loved one trying to reach out, or something else pretending to be? You decide. The following clip was captured by Patricia, who works in a hospital in Florida that many believe to be haunted. She's experienced several unsettling moments, like hearing faint footsteps in empty hallways, gurneys rolling on their own, call bells ringing from rooms with no patients, and the distant sound of someone whispering her name when no one was there. Most times, she convinced herself she was just imagining it, until one day, she overheard her colleagues describing the exact same strange experiences. So from that day on, they all agreed to record anything unusual. One night, Patricia caught this on camera. Watch
this. I know I have to close this drawer 5 times already. Come on. Do it. You ain't gonna do it because I got the camera out. I keep closing these doors, and then every time I turn around, they're open, but I don't hear them open. I swear to God. Hey, you're gonna open them? I know. Come on, open the top one. I'll start doing something. This room is creepy. I'm waiting for a watch. Yeah. Come on. You wanna play? I've been trying to clean this room, but every time I turn around, there's stuff that's coming out these drawers. There's nobody else in here with me.
After waiting for a while, nothing happened, until suddenly the lower drawer opened. She also noticed something strange. The room had been cold, yet she suddenly felt an intense heat, as if something invisible was standing too close. This was enough to make her believe the rumors about the hospital might be true. But why is it that so many hospitals have ghost stories? Is it because of the countless lives that have passed? Or do the long, eerie corridors and quiet, late-night shifts simply make our minds more prone to fear that we start to see things? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Now, this next clip was captured by Susie, a professional paranormal investigator whose work takes her deep into haunted locations in search of answers. Susie's fascination with the paranormal began in childhood after she saw a ghostly figure standing silently on her parents' landing. Since then, she's built a loyal online community called the Spooklet family and invites viewers to follow her into the unknown. This time, she visited a particularly creepy house, and here's what her camera recorded.
Is there anybody here with me? Any noises through there? Do you want to open that door for me? Come in. No. Am I actually watching this? Are you on cue? No. No. I'm at work. It's just that happened on cue. I don't know if I'm scared, shocked, amazed. I'm shocked, I'm amazed, and I'm scared. I think I'm all three. That was pretty awesome to catch on camera, I'm not gonna lie.
When she posted the footage, like many of her other eerie videos, viewers immediately began sharing theories. Some were deeply unsettled by the fact that she said, "Come in," before the door mysteriously opened on its own, warning that this could be seen as giving direct permission for a spirit or entity to enter. Others pointed out that it's even more chilling because doors in haunted places are often said to act as thresholds. Once crossed, whatever comes in might not easily leave, and if the spirit was already lingering outside, that single phrase could have been the exact invitation it needed. We can only hope that, if anything truly entered that house, it was a friendly presence, not something dangerous. Now, in this next clip, Josh hears a strange sound from downstairs that pulls him into the living room, only for him to capture something that still has viewers talking. Watch. After searching through the entire house and finding nothing unusual, he goes back to the living room, only to meet it in complete disarray. Just in case you missed it, here's how the room looked when he first came in. The cross hanging upright, the dining area perfectly arranged, every object in its place. But when he returns, everything's changed. The cross is now upside down, the refrigerator is wide open, one of the dining chairs is on top of the table, the chandelier swings as if disturbed by unseen hands, neatly stacked cartons now lie scattered on the floor, and the most unsettling of all, a knife stands upright, precisely stabbed into the chopping board, like a silent threat. When Josh posted this clip, the real conversation began. He revealed he's been living in the house for over 6 years, but the strange activity only started about 3 years ago, right after he bought a haunted doll off eBay. At first, it was supposed to be a joke. Instead, it became an open door to something he can't control. The obvious question came next: why not get rid of the doll? Well, that's where it gets complicated. Josh believes burning it could release spirits to roam freely, and moving it might not help either, since whatever's attached could choose to stay behind. If you're wondering why he has not found a solution in 3 years, it's because, for years, the disturbances were minor, easy to ignore, but in the past few weeks, they've grown aggressive. Viewers quickly pointed out that poltergeists aren't known for turning crosses upside down, suggesting this might be the work of something darker, possibly demonic, and that the chaotic display was a warning of worse to come. Others thought they spotted movement behind the curtain, assuming someone was hiding there, but Josh explained, "There's a cat tree and chair behind the curtain. My cat likes to sit there and look out the window." That explanation made some take him more seriously, but still, no one has been able to offer a solid solution. So, what would you do in his place? And if it's not paranormal, then how do you explain what happened here? Now in this next clip, a family, already unsettled by a series of unexplainable events, decided to install cameras around their home. One night, the footage captured this. Watch closely. Now, this isn't just any bin, it's a motion sensor model designed to open only when something passes directly in front of it. But here, it lifts its lid without anyone or anything in sight. No pets, no drafts, no obvious cause. Some believe it could simply be a glitch in the sensor, while others are convinced it's something else entirely, possibly an unseen presence testing its ability to interact with the physical world. And small movements like this are sometimes said to be the first step, the entity starting small before escalating to more obvious and alarming activity. So, faulty wiring, or a ghost making itself known one step at a time. You decide. Now in this next video, Chrissy is casually recording herself in her room when something happens that absolutely terrifies her. Take a look.
Please be sure to monitor your emotional state while watching this video. Hello. Hello. About how many people are you with right now? Are you sure? Did you... Do you believe violence is ever justified? If you had to guess, how long would you say it would take to get from your front door to where you are right now? How far would you go to protect a loved one? What's your favorite color? Do you have any pets? How did your parents treat you as a child? Have you ever seen a dead body? What's your favorite color? What's 4 times 4? Do you cry at funerals? Were you happy or sad as a child? Are you happy now? Where are your...
It started with her feeling a rush of cold air, but you see, it's late fall and none of her windows was open. You'll also notice the moon decoration wasn't moving at the beginning of the video, but as soon as she feels the cold air, it reacts too. Then, the blanket starts shifting across the bed, with no one in sight. Theories flooded the comments. Some believe it could be a classic sign of a spirit passing through, since cold spots are often reported right before physical disturbances. A few skeptics argued it could be vibrations from a hidden source, but that doesn't explain the blanket movement with no one nearby. And then there's the more unsettling idea that whatever was in her room was attached to her, but I'll let you be the judge on this one. In the following video, Gina is happily recording herself talking about her latest find and explaining just how much she loves collecting old, vintage, and spooky items, when she hears something that stops her mid-sentence.
There's something about vintage, Halloween, and Christmas decorations that I love, right? Like, it's old, it's timeless. I swear to God, I don't know what that would... Like, I don't know if you could hear that. Hold on. Like, I'm home alone right now. I have no clue what that was. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like something fell. I have no clue what it was. And I'm home alone, like my daughter's sleeping. But anyways, I went to an estate sale looking for vintage Halloween and Christmas decor. Like, now I'm freaked out. Now I'm really freaked out. So I found an antique that is creepy. So the lady who was, you know, running the estate sale was like, oh, are you looking for something? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for vintage holiday decor. I love like spooky stuff, Halloween, Christmas, you know, whatever. And she was like, oh, we don't have any decorations, but I do have something spooky. And I was like, ooh, what is it? Like, I love spooky stuff. And she shows me this. I had to have it. Like, she's so pretty, but like, it is spooky. So I asked the lady, I was like, why is she considered spooky? Like, why, like, what's the story? And she was like, well, she was my mom's. And this lady was like in her 50s. So I was like, okay, it's gotta be old. Because if it was her mom's, you know what I mean? It was my mom's. I just heard something again. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It was my mom's, and just weird stuff would happen. My mom would just say weird stuff would happen in the house all the time, and I don't really want it. So I bought it. So maybe all this weird stuff happening is because I brought this girl home. But I'll keep you guys updated.
It didn't take long for people to connect the dots. If you constantly surround yourself with objects from the past, especially ones tied to unsettling histories, you might just be inviting their stories, and maybe their spirits, into your home. And the doll she was holding in this video, many are convinced it's haunted. The one question everyone kept asking was, why would she bring it home? But as they say, when your heart is drawn to something, logic doesn't always get a vote. What she posted next, however, made that love for the strange dolls a lot harder to defend. Have a look.
So that's pretty much it. Like I said, it went on for a good like 5 minutes. This video itself was only 1 minute long. I was so scared. You could start to hear me kind of like breathe heavily, and I eventually woke up my husband, and he looked around the house and we couldn't find anything. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's pretty spooky.
At exactly 4:47 a.m., Gina hears strange knocks echoing through her home. But here's the part that sent chills down viewers' spines. Some swore they heard a soft, breathy whisper say yes immediately after Gina exhales sharply for the second time. If you can hear it too, it only deepens the mystery. If you've been following this channel for a while, then you'll know Ian, better known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. Still inside the creepy abandoned house many believe is haunted by the ghosts of the entire family who once lived there. It turns out the shadowy figure he saw on the stairs in our previous video wasn't the only chilling thing he encountered. Watch this.
Yes, okay. Well, I can definitely understand why. This is a lovely home. And you've lived here a long time. I understand. Is Fred... Okay, whoa. I heard that. Minnie, was that you? Did you just make a sound? It's like a tap on a wall. If that was you, could you... Okay. Oh. I heard that. That was right behind me. Thank you. Alright, Minnie, I'm hearing you all around me right now. What? What is that? Oh my god! What the hell? That's like a radio. But how? I am spooked by an old radio turning on by itself. You can actually hear the knob twisting as it is being activated. What? What? It sounds like it's changing stations. It's still on, but it's not making noise. Oh my god, the stack's coming in more. Hello? A voice just came through.
Here's what makes it so unsettling. This was the exact room where Minnie, the mother of the house, had her funeral. Her casket rested there for 3 days, and now, decades later, strange activity continues to stir in the very same spot. For more hunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip was captured by a public security camera in Argentina on the night of August 22nd, 2025. Watch this. You can see the person walking down the street, and then, out of nowhere, they just disappear. The next morning, one of the security guards reviewing the footage thought his eyes were playing tricks on him, but after showing his colleagues, they all saw it too. Before long, the clip was making the rounds, and people were freaking out. That's when the rumors started. Some said it was the ghost of someone who died right there on that spot. Others said it was a warning, maybe a sign that something bad was about to happen. And, of course, others thought it was nothing more than a camera glitch or a hoax, but no one could explain how the figure moved so naturally before fading away. And here's the thing, Belgrano Avenue in Tucumán already has a bit of a reputation. People in the nearby Barrio Belgrano area have talked for years about hearing a woman sobbing between 3 and 4 a.m., sometimes right outside their homes, sometimes down the road, like she's wandering. The sound never stays in one place, and no one's ever been brave enough to go find out who or what it is. So when this clip surfaced, it didn't take much for everyone to connect the dots. But like always, I'll let you decide what you think really happened here. Now, this next clip might remind you of a video we've shared here before. The woman with that creepy Elmo balloon that somehow climbs the stairs on its own and freaks her pets out. Since that first incident, her dogs have completely refused to come back inside the house, and even her cat acts strange whenever it's near the balloon. Restless, agitated, and constantly staring at it like it's alive. And if you remember, she also mentioned that someone once told her not to pop the balloon. According to them, whatever is trapped inside it would be released if she did. And that if she tried, the entity could either turn aggressive or attach itself to something else in her home. So instead of taking that risk, she's been recording everything that seems out of the ordinary. Watch this. Now, it's not just the strange movements anymore. If you listen closely, there's this faint moan in the background. And at first, she thought it was her pipes acting up. But with everything else that's been happening in that house, she's not so sure anymore. One night, around 9:27 p.m., things got worse. She and her husband heard knocking sounds again, loud and deliberate. Thinking it was someone at the door, they went downstairs, but no one was there. And that's when they realized the sound wasn't coming from outside at all. Watch this. It was coming from the same spot as before, right below the basement floor. After posting this clip, viewers had all kinds of theories, but one comment in particular really unsettled her. The person pointed out that 3 knocks or 3 scratches are often considered a demonic sign, a mockery of the Holy Trinity. And what made it worse? She admitted that she knocked back. Now everyone's divided on what's really going on here. Some believe there's something in that house using the Elmo balloon as a vessel, moving it around to get attention. Others think the balloon isn't the problem at all. It might actually be trying to warn her about whatever is lurking in that basement. Then there's a third theory, the more controversial one, that the entity might have attached itself to her, not the balloon, and that everything she's recording is only happening because it wants her to notice. Whatever the case may be, everyone watching seems to have their own theory. So which one do you believe? Is this a haunting, a warning, or something entirely explainable? The following video was recorded by a woman who had started noticing some really odd changes in her dog's behavior. It wasn't the usual dog barking at a shadow thing. This time, her pet seemed genuinely disturbed by something she couldn't see. Out of confusion and concern, she decided to start recording and posting what she was experiencing, hoping someone online could help her make sense of it. Watch this.
So, I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it. And by the way, I have a freaking cemetery in my front yard, which probably doesn't help my cause. But I was just inside, I'm by myself with my dog. She's up in that room upstairs. You can really hear her working from here. Oh, it has me really freaked out. Josie? Josie? Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it, but I don't really know, like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like,
Now, let's be honest. The fact that there's a cemetery literally in her compound changes everything. It doesn't just make it creepy, it makes it deeply unsettling. Because suddenly, this isn't just about a dog reacting weirdly. There's history, there's energy, there's a place where people are buried, right where she lives. And that gives a whole new meaning to what's going on here. Some believe the dog might be reacting to the spirits of those buried there, maybe ones that haven't fully moved on. When she moved closer to the closet, this is what she saw.
I just don't really know what she's staring at. Because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? What is it?
There was nothing there. Still, if you look closely, you can tell from the dog's expression that it saw something. Then came the next video, and this one had everyone's skin crawling. Watch this.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Like, why? They just kind of come and really graze around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move. So, yeah. What's up?
Out of nowhere, a group of cows wandered into the graveside. But instead of grazing or walking around, they gathered around and stood there, completely still, almost like they were drawn to that spot. And not just that, they seemed to form a loose circle around it. For several minutes, they didn't move. They just stood there, facing the same direction. The woman said they stayed that way for so long that it started to feel like they were performing some kind of ritual, or maybe guarding something. That scene alone sent the internet into overdrive. Comments started flooding in, everything from "this is definitely demonic" to "the cows are sensing energy from below." Some even said animals often behave strangely near haunted areas because they act as spiritual sensors. But then the woman posted an update that completely flipped everyone's theory. She said she actually knows the people buried there. The graves belong to her grandparents. And according to her, it was their wish to be buried on the property with their beloved cats. And that one detail threw everyone off, because suddenly this wasn't about some random haunting, it was about something personal. So if it's her grandparents buried there, what are the animals reacting to? Some believe her grandparents' spirits might still be around, trying to protect her. Others think the presence of the cats could be attracting energy or even creating a kind of spiritual link between the living and the dead. Things took another turn when she lost sight of her dog one night. She searched the house, called out, even checked corners until she finally found her in the last place she expected.
Josie. Josie, what's going on?
The dog was there by the graveside, perfectly still, just staring at something. She said it didn't growl or bark. It just watched, frozen. And that's when she said the uneasy feeling she'd been trying to ignore hit her all at once. Something wasn't right, but it didn't end there. There was another time she went out to collect food from a delivery driver, and right after stepping out the door, this happened. Watch.
Yep. Oh my god. Hi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
By this point, even people who were skeptical began to wonder if there was more to her story, and as if things weren't weird enough, she later shared another video that added an even stranger layer to the story.
Well, that's not creepy. Seriously, what are you two looking at? What is it? What is it? I don't know.
Now, it wasn't just her dog or the cows. Horses were drawn toward the same area. And when you've got dogs, cows, and horses all acting the same way, focused on the same spot, it's hard not to wonder what's really pulling their attention. Maybe it's her grandparents still watching over her, maybe it's something else entirely. But until she shares another update, this one remains one of those stories that gets under your skin and stays there. Because whatever's in that graveyard, it clearly isn't resting easy. Now, if you know Ian, the Midwest ghost hunter, then you already know he's the kind of guy who'll go anywhere people say you shouldn't. And on May 25th, 2025, he decided to explore one of the creepiest spots on his list, the old Berlin Tannery Factory. Built back in 1853, this place used to be the pride of a small industrial town, but after it shut down, it didn't exactly stay quiet. Over time, people started whispering about strange things, like weird symbols found in the basement, figures moving across the catwalks, and lights flickering in rooms that haven't had power in years. Locals say the factory's haunted by a little ghost girl named Megan who's often seen running through the corridors at night, but the most unsettling story is about a spirit they call the Toucher. Visitors claim it scratches, grabs, or brushes against them when they're alone. Some even believe the building holds a portal that lets something through, something that was never meant to cross over. Still, none of that stopped Ian. He had to see it for himself, and at first everything seemed calm, just another abandoned building, until this happened.
It's terrifying. Oh God. Oh shit. All right, I want out of here. Dude, it just freaking touched me. I felt a cold hand run right up my back. Oh God, that was absolutely terrifying. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. What? That door just shut. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I am not going to be stuck in here. Please. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, it just tried to shut me in here. Like trap me. With it. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I'm going to stand in this doorway. This is the last time I'm coming in this room.
You can tell by his reaction that something was definitely in that room. Whatever it was, it didn't want him there. And for someone like Ian to admit that the place felt wrong, that says a lot. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a mother who thinks her son might be seeing a ghost. She has caught very deep and strange breathing sounds on the camera she installed in his room, and lately, he's been acting a little strange. But she wants to be sure she's not just overreacting. Watch. She could have brushed it off as nothing more than a toddler's tantrums, but what troubles her is how it seems to happen at the same time every single night. After she posted this clip, viewers began asking questions like, where did she get the crib? Some suggested that if not the crib itself, maybe something in his room carries an energy that could trigger this behavior. Others wondered if it could be connected to the house, perhaps something about its history she doesn't yet know. And then there are those who argue it might truly be nothing more than the baby being a baby. Kids can sometimes wake up crying or pointing at things we can't see. But when you combine the strange breathing sounds, the timing, and the child's behavior, it does make you wonder, is this just coincidence or something far stranger? This next clip is about a lady named Len who loves doll collections and has numerous toys in her house, some that her kids play with and others that just sit tucked away in creepy corners. Len is also known for her popular story times online, where she shares her personal paranormal encounters from childhood, and during these sessions, her audience sometimes notices eerie things happening in real time, strange figures in the background, unexplained noises, even knocks that sync with her words. And because she occasionally streams live, viewers insist it can all be editing tricks. One day, while home alone and joking around during a live session, this happened.
Okay, everyone's been saying, look under your sink because it's about to be a mess. Let's see. Ah! It was Chucky! What the? Okay, I didn't plan this one. Chucky was just supposed to pop out, but his hair is moving. Holy shit. What the hell? Okay, I really do. Oh, move, goddammit. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, joke's over. Joke's over. I was about to say we got haunted dolls in this house. Oh my god. Y'all probably wondering why I have my fingers in the video the whole time. It's because TikTok thinks I'm stealing content. Okay? It thinks that I'm stealing y'all's videos and uploading them myself, trying to get the I don't know, the views. I don't know what it thinks I'm doing. But I ain't. It's my video. I made the video. That's my Chucky doll in my apartment about 3 years ago. That Chucky doll I've had for like 10 years. It's never moved until I got those dolls. And then all of a sudden it moves. And people that are making videos on that actual clip have the story wrong. I did not just throw that Chucky doll under there for the hell of it. It was a part 2 to another video that I'm gonna go ahead and post it on here too, so it makes sense to you. Is Lou ready? Right. Okay, I need this top. Give me this. Is it gonna work? Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay, it does work. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, man. Okay, so I was recreating that video because they said you could clean your pipes using shaving cream. So I put the little swizzle straw down the hole, but then after I posted that video, everyone was like, if you look under your sink, you're about to have a mess because that little hole leads to under your sink. So I was making the video like, there's not a mess under there, it's Chucky. Like, it was a joke, but the joke went south, and the dolls played a joke on me. So, like, they got me. So that's why the Chucky doll was even under there. I was playing with my followers 3 years ago, and it just went south. Bad. After that Chucky doll did that, I spent 2 hours outside waiting on my mom and daddy to come pick me up because I would not go back in the apartment. I made my daddy go in there and investigate the Chucky doll and make sure, like, I don't know what I thought. It just freaked me out and it scared me. So I spent the rest of the day until my husband come home from work at my parents' house after that. And let me throw this in here real quick. The ghosts are messing with me posting videos. Like, I know a couple of videos ago, I was telling y'all how I couldn't upload videos. Like, the ghost was messing with my electronics. Well, they're doing it again on this video. I had to get my husband's phone to record and show you, like, I was clicking. It would not let me record at all. I had to go down the street and post this video because it would not work. And I know there's going to be some people saying that it's just technical difficulties, whatever. No, because it only does this when I'm making, like, haunted content. When I'm making stupid, silly stuff, there's no problem with my phone whatsoever. But if I try and post something the ghost done, boom. But here's the video. This is the stuff I'm talking about, okay? The phone is froze. It will not let me post videos. The ghost is messing with me. I try to upload videos and stuff, and this is the type of shit that the ghost does. Messing with my electronics.
The way the doll's hair shifted on its own, followed by the unmistakable voice of a man, had viewers unsettled. Some speculated that the voice was directly connected to the doll, almost like it was a vessel being used to communicate. Others suggested that maybe Len's long history with paranormal activity has attached something to her, and the dolls are just perfect objects for it to manipulate. Of course, people debate why anyone would even keep so many dolls in the first place, especially when they're known to creep people out. For some, dolls are nostalgic. They represent childhood or family traditions. For collectors like Len, they're works of art, and sometimes even valuable antiques. But in the paranormal world, many believe dolls are perfect conduits for spirits because of their human-like form. For a while, Len laughed these strange moments off, but things shifted when the activity suddenly stopped when she became pregnant, only to start up again suddenly. More intense than before. Watch this.
I'm home alone with the baby, and these toys keep going. See that monkey over there? You have to push the top for it to go, and it makes a little peeling out sound, and then it shoots across the floor and lights up. It kept going when I'm sitting over there on the couch. My baby's asleep right there on the floor. And then this toy right here. That owl, you have to push those two and it's going the fuck. And then this one in here keeps going off the most. I'm scared to walk in there. I'm scared to leave my baby. It's went off like 10 times already. You have to push the nose. You have to push the, you have to push the nose. Like those 3 buttons right there, you have to push. And it just keeps, I gotta check on my baby. It's also like a push button that you have to, if it like starts to roll. Damn it. Right there. God damn it. Jesus Christ. I'm my baby in here. Okay, I'm turning on the light. I'm staying right here, I can see my baby. You have to push the nose or those buttons for it to go off.
The fact that she recently got 4 new dolls, all said to be haunted and all for free, sent speculation into overdrive. Some people think the timing is too perfect and that she may have unintentionally invited something back into her home. Others suggest the house itself might be haunted and the dolls are just convenient vessels for whatever is there. But many of her longtime followers pointed out a chilling detail. She left her previous home because of hauntings, but she also left with the dolls. And now, in a new home, the same cycle is repeating itself. It's hard not to think that this looks less like coincidence, and more like something that's following her, waiting for the right moment to show itself again. In this next clip, a couple's house suddenly started reeking of rotten eggs, and at first they thought it was something simple, maybe spoiled food left in the fridge, a dead animal under the floorboards, or even a gas leak. They hired an exterminator to check for pests, a plumber to inspect the pipes, and even had their gas lines checked for leaks. They scrubbed the floors, cleaned out the vents, replaced carpets, and burned through endless air fresheners. But no matter what they did, the smell never went away. And soon, the odor wasn't the only thing they had to worry about. Strange, almost unreal activity started happening around their home. Lights flickered even after an electrician ruled out wiring issues. Heavy footsteps echoed down the hallway when no one else was home. And doors slammed with such force that picture frames fell from the walls. And one night, they woke to find the dining chairs stacked on top of each other in the middle of the kitchen. Something neither of them could explain. One afternoon, while the husband was at work and his wife was trying to get some sleep, this is what their Ring camera caught.
Oh, what the f*** is that? Dude. Baby, what took you so long to answer? Dude, the house smells like literally like rotten egg. Like, it literally smells like you forgot to take the trash out or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but this shit, like, I literally feel like I'm about to puke. I was just taking a nap, and the house smells disgusting. Yeah, I'll open the door. I don't know if that's going to do much, though. The door's open. I don't know. I need a fan or something. You need to get home and, like, air, like, do something in here. Did you take the trash out? What the fuck? The lights are fucking flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the fuck? Baby!
It's said that when a home starts to smell like rotten eggs, or worse, like rotting flesh, it's often considered a sign of demonic activity. In religious lore, demons are said to give off foul odors as a way of marking their territory, and when viewers noticed the cross on the wall suddenly shifting on its own, that only fueled the speculation. For many, the dots connected too perfectly. A foul smell that refuses to go away, escalating paranormal events, and a religious symbol being disturbed. So, are this couple truly dealing with a demonic presence like so many believe? Or is there another explanation for all of this that we're somehow missing? Sometimes when people say they don't like being alone, it's not just because of boredom, loneliness, or even fear of intruders. For some, it's because of the unexplained things they silently deal with inside their own homes. The kind of things they can't really share with friends without being laughed at or dismissed as crazy. And that's exactly how the lady in this next clip, named Leah, feels. Watch this. You really can't blame her for running because not everyone can stomach the idea of something else, something they can't even see, living in their house rent-free. Whether she later came back alone, got a roommate, or decided to leave the house entirely is still unknown, as no update has surfaced yet. But as much as many people applaud her decision to run for her life, there are others who believe staying and fighting is the better choice. So which side are you on? Run or fight, and why? Summed. This next clip is about a woman who just lost her stepdad, and she's been documenting the strange things that have started happening around her mom's house. What makes it such a big deal for her is the unsettling pattern she's noticed over the years. Every time they lose a loved one, electronics connected to that person, either something they bought or something they loved, starts to malfunction. In her own words, it's never just random. When her grandmother passed that same day, multiple devices turned on and off all at once. far too many to be brushed off as coincidence. And now, after her stepdad's passing, something similar is happening again. Watch this.
Is that you, Bill? Yes? No? Bill?
Can you get closer?
Is that you? Baby, is that you? Turn it on and off again. Bill? Is that you coming through there? I love you. Come back on. There you go. Bill? Maxie? Are you together? Yes? Come back on. Once for yes, Bill. Yes? Is Max with you? Once, yes? Where's Maxie? With you? Bill? Are you there? Turn it off again. Bill? Is Max with you? Are you gone? Found something you can get up, come on and off with, huh?
It raises the question, when people pass on, do both the living and the non-living somehow know? Could this be her stepdad trying to reach out through the only way he can? Or is it all just coincidence wrapped in grief? What unsettles her most is that her parents had this particular lamp for years, and it never flickered once, until the very day her stepdad passed. She still doesn't have a convincing explanation, so to her, it's still one big mystery. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, went to explore a cemetery near Timberlake Road when this happened.
Oh God. What was that? I just freaking heard something move through the water. Whatever it was. All right, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Whatever that was terrifying. Dude, something just like freaking hissed at me from over there. It did not sound human, whatever it was. I don't care what anyone says about me. Chickening out, I am not going back over there.
Shaken, he left that area and headed in another direction to conduct a session with his spirit box, determined to confirm the rumors about this place. The legend tells of a woman who lost her entire family in a single day while she was away searching for food, and the spirits of her loved ones are said to linger there still. Many have seen phantom hounds with glowing eyes darting through the trees, shadowy figures watching silently from the woods, and in the small cemetery nearby, countless claims of ghostly children playing among the gravestones. With his spirit box, Ian got a terrifying response. Watch.
What is the name of your family? We all died. That's what this just said. It just sounded like either we are all dead or we all died. I am so sorry. It's the mother that hung herself. Is she out here? Could you speak to me and tell me why you're still here? Oh my God, that was freaking disturbing. That sounded like a woman crying on there.
The responses he got only made Ian more determined to investigate further, but it also left viewers wrestling with an unsettling question. Is it only those who suffer tragic, violent deaths who remain as spirits in our world? If so, how do we explain those who claim to see the presence of loved ones who pass peacefully, without pain? Or perhaps it's not about how one dies at all. Maybe no one truly leaves after death. Maybe we all remain here in some form, drifting through the same world as the living, brushing past each other now and then, only occasionally felt or seen. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video was captured about 20 years ago by a man who lived in a flat that was built on the same ground where the old gallows once stood. From the moment he moved in, he's had that constant uneasy feeling of being watched. One night, he finally caught something weird happening. Watch this.
Has it started again? Just stopped. Away again. Explain that. That's freaky. Is anybody there? Oh, fuck that.
He wasn't the only one who felt that way either. Other tenants talked about hearing heavy footsteps pacing the corridors at night, and one neighbor even claimed she'd woken up to see a shadowy figure standing by her window. The shape of a man, head bent slightly forward, like he had a noose around his neck. This clip might not seem that crazy now, but back then, it terrified everyone who saw it. After he posted it, more people who had lived in that same building began sharing their own stories. Things they'd buried for years because they thought no one would believe them. Skeptics would have their usual explanations, but for the man who recorded this and the neighbors who lived through it, there was no question about it.